Good morning once again. Mr. Thabo Maupa again here. Right. Today I'm gonna be doing grade D, module 3, titled Radio Communication, as I promised yesterday. So this is the last module before the progress test 1 in grade D. We only do module 1, which is basic firefighting, module 2, public relations, and then module 3, radio communication. Then we write our first progress test. As I mentioned yesterday, that in class we do 3 modules, day 1, that is at grade D. It's no more like 4 at grade E. Then we do day 2, 3 modules. Then we do day 3, we do 2 modules, the last 2, because we are only looking at 9 modules, 8 theoretical, 1 practical, which is self-defense and minimum force. Right. So we're only gonna be focusing about radio communication, no telephone this week. It ended last year. Last week when we did grade E. Right. So most of the things in a grade D radio communication, they are the same. They are like alike. The only difference that we have now is the phonetic alphabets, which we didn't do in grade E. But they mentioned that under BES, the keywords to be used in radio communication: B for brief, A for accurate, first S for security, which means never transmit classified information unless it is disguised in some way. That is where phonetic alphabets come in. Because why? We're going to use them to disguise. For example, A to Z, which means A, which is alpha, and then Z, which is Zulu. We're going to do all of the alphabets. 26 exactly as they were in primary school, but the names have been put in a sort of a certain way, which they call phonetic, which means disguising language. Alright. So let's look at the objectives now for module 3 radio communication. The objectives are: number 1, on completion of this module, the student must know, number 1, how to use the radio correctly, how to receive and send messages correctly, right? Number 2, phonetic alphabet from A to Z, from alpha to Zulu, right? Number 3, do's and don'ts when using a radio, which we did also in grade E. Number 4, things to check when booking out a radio, when you're writing it under your name to say, I'm going to use this radio today. And then the difference between a single call and a multiple call. Single call is when you communicate with one officer. Multiple call is when you communicate with all the officers, like the control room maybe calls everybody on the network. Right. So that is the objectives of the module. The aim of this module is to ensure that the security officers are able to communicate effectively, is mentioned in public relations, by radio, and that they can take and deliver a message correctly on radio. Right. Introduction. Radio communication is very important in the security industry. Because why? 2 or more stations can communicate with each other on the same frequency, as well as to report to control. Number 2, to communicate between posts on one side or from side to another. Right. That is the introduction. Use of radios. What do we really use them for? We use them for communication on a daily basis, constantly. There mustn't be a breakdown of communication when you are. That is why you see every security officer, they are either holding it or it's here on the belt. Some are in pouches, because we need it on a daily basis. Even if nothing is happening, you confirm all in order on site Alpha India Oscar using a radio. So hence, the radios should always be fully charged. Because if the battery goes down, it shuts down, then there's a breakdown of communication. Number 2, it should never be removed from the site. Don't take a radio out of the site. It's not allowed. Number 3, you must prevent damage at all costs. Do not expose it to dust and water or rain, because it also gets water damaged. And then use phonetic alphabet to prevent information from leaking out, as I was mentioning. And then always book out a radio and record the time, condition, and radio serial number. That is when you write it under your name after going duty on. You must always write the time that you took it out, the condition of the radio, as well as the serial number which is behind the battery. Right. Let's look now at the phonetic alphabets. As per the objectives, they say the security officer must be able to know the phonetic alphabet. 26 alphabets we did at primary school. They are still now coming to security studies. A being Alpha, B Bravo, C Charlie, D Delta, E Echo, F Foxtrot, G Golf, H Hotel, I India, J Juliet, K Kilo, L Lima, M Mike, N November, O Oscar, P Papa, Q Quebec, R Romeo, S Sierra, T Tango, U Uniform, V Victor, W Whiskey, X X-ray, Y Yankee, and then Z Zulu. Those are what we call the phonetic. So if you want to spell your name, let's say your name is David. It's Delta, Alpha, Victor, India, Delta, Oscar. Delta, right. If your name is Peter, that is now Papa, Echo, Tango, Echo, Romeo. You see what I'm talking about? That's how you apply. You just take your name and then refer it to phonetic, then spell it in phonetic. So if somebody maybe is calling on radio and you are not understanding what they are saying, then you say, no, send it in phonetic. Then they call the letters until the name or whatever they're trying to say comes out. That's how we work with phonetic alphabet. Right, let's look now at the do's and don'ts. As per the objectives, they also say you must know the do's and don'ts when using a radio, which we also did in grade E. It's a repetition. 1, do not use abusive language over the air. 2, do not play music in the background. 3, use radio for transmission of official messages only, not private. 4, keep radio room secure. 5, handle radio with care. 6, treat radio as technical equipment. 7, do not play with the battery because maybe when you take it out, they won't be able to communicate. It's a problem. 8, do not hold it or swing it by the area. You take the antenna and do like it will be damaged. Then no messages can come out. Number 9, protect it from the rain to avoid water damage. 10, keep radio in its pouch. Sorry. These radios have been designed with pouches. But the reason why security officers security officers don't want to use those pouches, they've got a fastener which is difficult to click open in case of emergency. That's why you just hang them by the belt or hold them in your hand. Right. Then let's look now at the things to check when booking out a radio. If you remember a grade D, I say what is to book out a radio? It is to write it under your name to say I'm going to use this radio for my shift. So when you book out a radio, you must check these things before you book it out. Maybe there will be something wrong, then you have to report it instantly. Right, you check the antenna, number 1, which is the aerial. 2, you check the on and off switch. 3, the volume. 4, the channel. 5, the squelch. 6, battery. 7, radio number. And 8, condition of radio. Those are the things to check when booking out a radio. Right, let's go now to the common words and phrases used in radio communication. Right, still we did at grade E also. If someone say over, which is number 1, it means expecting an answer. Out, it means we are done, no answer expected. Roger, it means message received and understood. Right, and then SITREP, situation report. Mayday, emergency call. Relay, convey message to a third party. Say again, repeat your message. I say again, I repeat my message. Then there's this thing, but it's not there. But it's something that have been, that has been devised by the security officers themselves. Copy that, it means I hear you, I got it. You understand? But it's not on the common words and phrases, but you're gonna meet terms like that when you go to the security. If someone say, copy that or copy you, it means I understood you, I got him. Right. So those are the common words and phrases used in radio communication. Let's look now at the questions and answers under this module. Right. Question 1, list the 5 do's or don'ts when using a radio. 1, do not use abusive vocals over the air. 2, do not play music in the background. 3, keep radio room secure. 4, use radio for official messages only. 5, protect it from the rain. You just put 5. Right. Question 2, list 5 things to check when booking out a radio. The one that we're doing now. 1, you check antenna. 2, on and off switch. 3, channel. 4, volume. 5, squelch. You're done. Then question 3 says, list the meaning of the following phonetic alphabet. Number 1, M, M for Mike. 2, O for Oscar. 3, N for November. 4, Q for Quebec. 5, R for Romeo. 6, T for Tango. 7, B for Bravo. 8, S for Sierra. 9, V for Victor. 10, X for X-ray. I just gave you certain examples. In the exam, they can come with any other phonetics, but you must know that they go Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, Delta, Echo, Foxtrot, Golf, Hotel, India, Juliet. So you must master that. Just practice maybe with your siblings' names, family name, or your full names or first names, or your friends' names. Practice with that. That's what I did until it's here. Because when you go there, you don't have to look into a book or you must just use it from the head. Right. Question 4, which is the last question in this module, it said, explain the meaning of the following common words and phrases used in radio communication. 1, over, expecting an answer. 2, out, no answer expected. 3, Roger, which is message received and understood. 4, SITREP, which is a shortcut for situation report. 5, Mayday, which means emergency call. Thank you very much for watching my video today. After this one, later I'm gonna do progress test 2, grade D. Right. Then after that, then we can start tomorrow morning to do module 4, which is access control, and we continue. I want by the end of the week we will be done with D, and so that we can start C next week, and then I do armed response, CIT, special events. Thank you very much. Enjoy your day. Keep on supporting me. I really appreciate it. I can see the numbers are going up. Like, comment, share, subscribe. You can even download. I'm okay with all that. Thank you very much. I appreciate your support. See you in the next one.